As Joni Mitchell famously sang, you don't know what you've got till it's gone. I was born into an Ireland of the late 60s. Okay, I don't remember a whole lot about that, but I certainly remember much of the 70s. And it was a particular place, a unique place with a unique people. We had our own ways of doing things, our own traditions, customs, a very proud place, a very proud people. We were proud of who we were. We were sure of who we were. We were celebrating our rich history, heritage, culture. Even though, of course, on the flip side, we were also trying to be modern and get hip with the times. Rock and roll was obviously a big part of things. There was this very unique and interesting mix of the Irish tradition, Irish history, culture and heritage and all that, with the modernity that the world was experiencing. And it was a happy blend, as I recall it. There was a sense, at least to my mind, that society was growing and developing organically, as in my parents' generation would have listened to different music, had different haircuts and wore different clothes than their parents. And in turn, my generation would have listened to different music, had different haircuts, wore different clothes, and got up to different shenanigans than my parents' generation. It was, at least as far as I'm concerned, an organic development of safe, homogeneous society. It wasn't stagnant by any manner or means. It was growing, it was developing, it was changing, but organically. There were happy times. Now, I know it's rose-tinted glasses and all that sort of stuff, but I've thought about it a lot, and I've gone beyond the whole, okay, it's not just rose-tinted glasses. No, you can't just dismiss it as wishful thinking or wishful memories. No, it was a better time, a very, very happy time. People were generally happy. Life was less encumbered. Life was less frenetic. And of course, I'm not saying it was perfect. Nothing ever is. Anything where humans are involved can never be perfect. It's the human condition. And this is I'm talking as much here to my cousins in the UK, because being born and living relatively close to the border, we had access to BBC with the old stick a high enough aerial and you can pick up all the channels. I'm not sure the boffins in Dublin would have been overly pleased about that, but there was nothing they could do unless you were behind a mountain or something. You could pick up BBC and UTV or ITV or whatever it was at the time. So I had as much access to the UK media as I had to Irish media. It was a great blend and marvellous material. So it was a wonderful time, and as I said, we were very homogenous, obviously, and even looking across at the UK in the early 70s, mid-70s, late 70s was pretty homogenous. I remember from just the TV shows that I watched and the radio shows that I listened to. I was a big fan of BBC Four. I listened to that a lot at night. So yes, we didn't know what we had, and now it's gone. And this is why I think we need to put our heads together here on these islands. I think it's, at least my position, perhaps it may be yours, that the political system, as it has become what it is, has sold us out. They've let us down. They've become detached from ordinary people. They've gone off on a tangent all of their own, and they don't seem to really care that that's the case. And the judiciary is the same. I'm seeing many such instances where the native Irish population is treated one way, and people who are not part of the native Irish population are treated in a totally different manner, and that's bad. That's not good. That's a step backwards. That is a step backwards. And in the UK, with the Ricky Jones scenario just a couple of days ago, again, you have exactly the same thing. And what struck me there was that our political class has abandoned us. And they have their own agenda, which really has nothing to do with us, and they don't seem to care what we think. The judiciary, which is supposed to be another branch of the state apparatus, that too, to my mind, has gone rogue and no longer serves the interests of the ordinary native people. Now, add on top of that bonfire of ineptitude and malfeasance the mainstream media. And now, I think I'm not going too far out on a limb here, especially on this channel, by saying that the mainstream media is a disgrace. The mainstream media is anti-Irish, it's anti-British, it's anti-ordinary working people. It's anti-you and I. I think we could all probably agree on that. If you don't, by all means, drop a comment and tell me why my thinking is flawed. We ordinary people here on these islands are routinely told that we're racists, bigots, homophobes, Islamophobes, pick any phobe you like. It always seems to fall on our shoulders. And yet, when things happen in other groups, well, that's just, nothing to see here. No big deal. We won't even report it, and if we do, we'll skew the story so much as for it to be practically fantasy. But what can we do? The pillars of society that we used to trust to a large degree, the figures bear this out, and that we now do not trust to a large degree. Again, the figures, the data, the opinion polls bear this out. What do we do when the three main pillars of a society, that is the government, the judiciary, and the mainstream media, the fourth estate, well, what happens when they've all abandoned us, let us down, left us behind? Well, what can we do? That is a question that comes up very, very often, and a question I see in the comments section many, many times, and something that when I do meet people, which I do and I'm delighted to, ask me the same thing. What can we do? But what can we do? We vote, and we vote, and we vote, and we come out and march in our tens of thousands with flags flying and banners raised, and nothing changes. Nobody listens. The people in these three groups are oblivious to what we say. They're oblivious to what we want. They don't seem to care. It's almost as if they are living in a separate world and they don't really care what the plebs do outside the dome. Well, I think the time has come where ordinary people, we're going to have to just accept that these elites, these groupings, are not on our side, and they never will be, as is presently constituted. In their present form, in the present way of things here in society, in Ireland and Britain, they're never going to be on your side. It doesn't matter what you say or do, or how many overtures you try and make to them in the most coherent possible way that anybody could. It won't matter, because they're not interested. I've come to that conclusion. The facts really don't matter to these people. The public opinion doesn't matter to these people. And even elections now, I believe, don't matter to these people. The game is well and truly rigged. I firmly believe that the situation cannot hold because it's too dysfunctional now. The imbalance is far too great. No system can withstand this level of inequality, this level of elitism, this level of disparity between the people purporting to run and govern the masses and the masses. The Grand Canyon has opened up here, and I really don't see how anyone can build a bridge. And in fact, as far as I can see, the elites have no interest in a bridge ever getting built or even being attempted. I'm more and more coming to the conclusion it's going to have to be us. It's going to have to be us, we the ordinary people. We are going to have to figure it out ourselves, because we have been well and truly abandoned. We've been left behind. And I don't know whether they're aware of this, or if they are, if they care about it. I think they are so comfortable in the knowledge, in their self-assured knowledge, that they've got the system so rigged that nothing can be done. Well, I beg to differ. I think something can be done, but it's going to have to come from ordinary people like us. The marching is not working. Voting is not working. Giving your vox pops to opinion pollsters is not working. The system is so rigged and so dysfunctional and so wrecked that none of that, which in ordinary times should work and is designed to work, it's now designed so it doesn't work, so it doesn't make any difference. We are going to have to come together, ordinary people, all across these islands, because we've all been left behind, guys. All of us. All of us. Irish, English, Scottish, Welsh, Northern Irish, Loyalist, Protestant, Catholic, any denomination, ordinary people. We've been left in the dust, and we've been left to eat dust by the elites who drink champagne and hold suave soirees with their global counterparts. Well, I'm not prepared to eat dust. I wasn't born into a country which ate dust. I was born into a proud land with proud people who didn't have much, but what they had was enough to create a society that worked, a society that was a gift to the young, it was a gift to the elderly, with the little we had. Now we're told we've never had it so good, yet there's no kids, and the elderly are being abused regularly by the state that swore to take care of them. We need to figure this out on our own as ordinary people. We need to build networks. We need to talk. We need to communicate. We need to get a movement going, a grassroots movement going. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear your suggestions. I want to hear your ideas, because this situation cannot go on. This situation will not go on.